Okay, so I made a video this past week and I was sharing hit songs that I can't stand, and so today I want to talk about hit songs that I love. So first up, Justin Bieber, Baby featuring Ludacris. Now, I said this before, but whenever I was younger, Justin Bieber was like the first person I stand. You know, this is before I even knew what standing was. I was tuned into all of his releases, and people hated the song at the time, and they still do, and I don't know why. This is like a pop perfection kind of moment here. Ludacris had a great feature on here. I don't know what's not to like. I love this song. I love most of his hits for the record. His music now is trash, but, you know, he had great albums. He really did. And it's a shame that people are just now appreciating the great stuff that he put out. But, you know, this was a hit to me. Next up, Fantasy by Mariah Carey, because, of course, first song by a female artist to go #1. Gotta remember that. I love how she used a Tom Hill sample, flipped it on its head. Now, that's a great way to use a sample. Her vocals in here are incredible. Yeah, doesn't really get much better than this. She absolutely ate this up. On the same album, Always Be My Baby, I feel like this is one that you love even if you're not a Mariah fan per se. It is just a quintessential R&B classic. Amazing songwriting by Mariah. Vocals are incredible, and I love the production. And she directed the music video for this one herself, and she also directed the fantasy video herself. A lot of people. The last Mariah one, All I Want for Christmas Is You. Another song that Mariah wrote. A lot of people don't know that. They think that this is a cover. It is not. It is an original. So shout out to Mariah's pen there. But, you know, this just feels like Christmas in the best way. It's super festive, and I just love all the instrumentation there. They have all the best whistles on the song, and I think that's what makes it so great. I love the intro, amazing vocals on this song, great writing as already discussed, and I don't get tired of the song. I've always loved this song since I was a kid, you know, before I really got into Mariah's music, and I still love it to this day. And this is the best Christmas song of all time. It's not up for debate. Now on to some ABBA, Dancing Queen. This one just makes me grin from ear to ear listening to it. What an impeccable song to listen to. This song just radiates joy. It really does, and that's why it's so good. Next up, Sexy Back, Justin Timberlake featuring Timbaland. I get why people wouldn't like this song. Yes, it sounds of the time, but, you know, I like the production. I like the vocals. I like most of the lyrics. You know, it's a good song. Also, same thing goes to My Love as well. Next up, Mirrors. I mean, this is just a classic. I think that this is probably his best song. And yeah, it deserves all the praise that it gets, all the different sections that it has, the transitions. The production on here is incredible. Stellar vocal performance. I love the songwriting on here as well. Doesn't get much better than this. Definitely got to be one of the best songs of that year for sure. Next up, Taylor Swift, Shake It Off. Now, she had like 6 hits off of this album, and every time it comes time to talk about this song, everyone's like, oh, I don't like it, it's so annoying, and blah, blah, blah. What happened to Fun? What happened to Pop Perfection? You know, I really like the bridge of this song. It's just a great listen. She said haters are gonna hate. I think it's so infectious. I think it's so catchy. I still love the song to this day. Loved it when it came out, and I'm just gonna defend it. I am sorry. You either get it or you don't get it. And for me, Pop Taylor can't do much wrong, so I had to give her some praise right here. Next up, Alicia Keys, Girl on Fire. I always loved this song ever since it first came out, and then years later I learned that a lot of people don't like this song, but Alicia Keys sang like the rent was due. It was something serious. I like the bridge on here a lot. It's just a fun pop song. She ate this. Next up, Rather Be featuring Just Glynn, Clean Bandit. Yeah, this was a hit at the time, and I still love it. Great pop record. Next up, Paramore, Still Into You. This and Ain't It Fun, both excellent songs. Probably got to be one of my favorite Paramore songs all the time. And people have to remember that songs are popular for a reason. You know, I think with all of our favorite artists, one of their super popular songs is probably going to be in a top 5, in a top 10, because, you know, it has mass appeal for a reason. And, you know, this is just great stuff. Great vocal performance from Haley, probably one of her best vocals. I love the songwriting on here. The production and instrumentation certainly fits everything. So pop masterpiece. Next up, Michaeljackson, Bad. Yeah, the background vocals on this and the vocal layering alone, I had to put it on the list, and this is just always a lot of fun to listen to. I like most of his hits, you know, and so this is just the first one that came to mind. Next up, the Beatles, Hey Jude. I like most of the Beatles hits. I do. And if you know me, I love Paul McCartney. He is one of my favorite artists of all time, and so, you know, he just wrote a classic with this one. I still love listening to it. I think it does run a little bit long. They could have cut it to like 3 to 4 minutes in my opinion, but besides that, I just think that it's a great piece in songwriting. I really loved his vocal performance on here and instrumentation, and he literally wrote this for John Lennon's son because John was getting divorced and everything, and for it to kind of be universal and take on its own life just shows Paul McCartney's talents as a songwriter. Some people don't give Paul McCartney his tense for songwriting, and I don't get it, you know, but I'm always one of those people who favored McCartney. Next up, Maroon 5, Sugar. Yes, I remember whenever this song and this album came out that year, and I just loved it. A lot of people hate whenever Maroon 5 went pop, and they always be like, this album is what made them go bad. This is a great album. It honestly is. And, you know, it was like stuff after this to where it went trash, but this album right here, no, They did something good. They really did. So they ate this. Next up, Rihanna, Take a Bow. This has always been one of my favorite Rihanna songs and one that I don't get tired of. So shout out to Rihanna. Also, Rude Boy by Rihanna was certainly no slouch. What a fun up-tempo record. Now we're on to some Beyonce, Crazy in Love featuring Jay-Z. This is one of Beyonce's quintessential hits. You know, and she had to work it out for Austin Powers, but that was for a soundtrack, and this was her real debut single. And, you know, seeing her perform it live is just excellent. And like, when I talk about going all out on the vocals, that's what Beyonce did with the song. Great writing. I like the Jay-Z feature, classic for a reason. Halo. Now this one is going to be interesting because a lot of people hate Halo. I get it. It's been played a lot. I was shocked to find out that this was a #1, how much I've heard this song over the years. But I just always remember hearing the song as a kid. I think they played it in like Teen Nick or something during like the commercials, and I distinctly remember that. But this is a Beyonce song I don't get tired of. This is one of my favorite Beyonce songs of all time. Incredible vocal performance. Shout out to Ryan Tedder because she asked him to write a song and then he gave her this. We ate so good off of this song with the production, with the lyrics. This is one of the best songs in the /Fears. I don't care. And she ate. I'm sorry. I will always love Halo. Another Beyonce one, irreplaceable. Neo ate this one little thing. I gotta give him his 10s, unfortunately, but Beyonce took it to the next level, and another one that I really remember hearing in one of her best hits. Next up, Janet Jackson, All For You. As I said, one of the greatest pop songs ever recorded, and I think it had some record for being the most added song to a bunch of different radio stations, and I think Lady Gaga later broke it, but I mean, hey, that's still iconic, and I'm pretty sure this is the longest running #1 song of 2001, and rightfully so. I loved her vocals on here, especially the vocal layering. Jenny needs a little bit more credit for that. Shout out to Jimmy Jam Taylor's for the production. I love the songwriting. I think it's super catchy, so I love Pop Janet, and she delivered. Another Janet Jackson one, doesn't really matter. I usually always put these two songs together because I love them, and this is also a great album. But as I said before, top 5 Janet Jackson song for me. I love the bridge, I love the music video, and the entire aesthetic going there, and yeah, this song is just phenomenal. Now on to some Britney Spears, Baby One More Time, one of the best debut singles to ever be released. I really like the vocals, I like the production, I like the songwriting. Shout out to Max Martin. Britney came and she didn't come to play, and there's a reason why people still love the song to this day. That meant business. Oops, I did it again. This is another song that always goes in tandem with Baby One More Time for me. I'm still floored that these were the lead singles for their albums. I love a good lead single. And so, yeah, this is just too good. I love the music video, I like the vocals, songwriting, production, and it's incredible. It really is. Next up, some Shakira, Whenever, Wherever. Shakira is great. Love this song. Destiny's Child, Say My Name, because how do I make a video like this and not mention this song? Bills, Bills, Bills also has to be in the conversation as well. I love the music video for this. And whenever you're thinking of like best R&B songs of all time, best songs from the 90s, this is always going to be in the conversation for me. Next up, some Brandy and Monica, The Boy Is Mine. Yes, it's played a lot, but it's excellent. They both gave great vocal performances. Love the songwriting, love the production. And what a moment. What a moment. I'm pretty sure this is like the longest running female collaboration at #1, and deservedly so. Aaliyah, Try Again. Yeah, this is one that I have always loved, and the production on here is stellar. I love the vocals. I really like the music video. Like, everything about the song is top-notch. Dua Lipa, Levitating, because of course. Dua Lipa had so many hits for a reason, and this is one of her best. Oliviarodrigo, Good For You. A lot of people like to do too much on Oliviarodrigo, but I mean, she had hit after hit after hit, and what she did with this, it was definitely needed. A smash hit. Luthervandross, Never Too Much, incredible record. My favorite Billie Eilish song, Everything That I Wanted. I just think that this is a beautiful record. Gives you a lot to think about and just excellent in every standpoint. Lauryn Hill, Do Wop That Thing. Quintessential 90s track once again. She ate that. She really did. The songwriting on here is truly excellent. I love the vocals, and what a moment. Savage remix, Megan Thee Stallion, Beyonce. Love this song, still do. What a true remix, and we don't really get a lot of those nowadays. Team by Lord, Off Pure Heroin. Yeah, she ate this. She really did. Next up, Break Free, Arianagrande. Yeah, I just go to another place every single time I listen to it. That bridge, that was something serious. It really was. I love the vocals. I love the writing. Everything on here is stellar. One of my favorite Ariana Grande songs all time, I Fear. Bad Romance by Lady Gaga, because of course I have to put her somewhere in this video. She's had a great amount of hits, and I like most of them, so this is definitely one I had to mention. Mileycyrus, We Can't Stop. Yup. Whenever Miley stepped into this new era, she gave us multiple hits, and this one still sounds great to this day. Steviewonder, Isn't She Lovely, because of course Whitney Houston, I Have Nothing, incredible vocal performance from Whitney and the Bodyguard soundtrack. She wasn't playing in the game. Rolling in the Deep by Adele, of course. Rehab by Amy Winehouse, excellent. Love this classic by Earth, Wind and Fire, as do a lot of people. Aretha Respect is just a classic. I really have to mention it. Love Kill Bill by SZA. Yes, I got played a lot, but it's great for a reason. This is a great John Mayer song. It's one of the more popular ones, and I've always liked it. I don't really get tired of it like Gravity. Love Me by Celine Dion. Shout out to Diane Warren for writing this. This is one of her best written songs, in my opinion. This is one my aunt also used to play in the car all the time, but I don't hate this song. I think that it's a great song still to this day. I listen to it every once in a while. Blown Away by Celine's vocal performance on this song. I like the production. Very much of its time, but in a good way. Same can be said for Christina Aguilera, I Turn to You. This is one of the first Christina Aguilera songs I've ever heard, and one of my favorite singles that she has ever released. Another Diane Warren penned song, and I feel like she has a very distinctive style. Like, you can definitely tell songs that she's written listening to it for the most part, and so I just think that this song is exquisite. You know, great vocal performances here. I already love the songwriting and the production, again, of its time, but in a good way. Next up, As It Was by Hairstyles. I get why people would hate this song, I do, but I'm still not tired of it, shockingly enough. You know, I think that this song is bigger than Watermelon Sugar in terms of the charts, in terms of the streams and stuff like that. So you think that I'd be tired of it, but I'm really not. Maybe it's because of the songwriting, maybe it's because of the production, but, you know, I like that. I liked his vocal performance. I liked the music video. This felt just different enough for him, but it didn't feel, you know, shocking. So I still really enjoy the song and the album. Next up, Call Me Maybe, carlyraejepsen. When you talk about great pop records, you have to throw this in the conversation. I know it was big for that year, for the time. I get why you'd be tired of it and stuff like that, but I really enjoy it for what it is. Next up, Since You've Been Gone, Kellyclarkson. Yeah, it was something serious. It really was. And as I said before, I don't think anybody has really mastered pop rock in the way that Kellyclarkson has. I feel like she's the best at doing it, and this just really showcases her vocals. Love the production. I love the lyrics on here. Super catchy. Great to this day. Just thought of that I wanted to add Single Ladies. I saw someone say this, but if you just listen to the production and what that was able to be turned into, just incredible. So shout out to all the songwriters on this song. I love Beyonce's vocals. I like the choreography. It was fun, and it still is. So I don't mind hearing this song again if she were to like put it on the set list or anything. And this is the last one I'm gonna put on. This one is gonna be very divisive. Happy by Pharrell. Because a lot of people I talk to, they're like, oh, I'm so tired of Happy. And I know that it was huge at a time. I remember hearing it, but I don't hate the song, actually. I don't. You know, I wouldn't say I love it as much as a lot of the other songs that they put on here, but if it came on again and I heard it, I honestly wouldn't mind. So that is going to be it for my list of hit songs that I love. I was thinking about it, and I might do a video on my favorite #1 hits on the Billboard Hot 100 chart, because I did one for my favorite songs that didn't hit #1, so I might do that next. And if I think of any more hit songs that I want to do that I love, then I'll do a part 2 to this, or maybe to my first video. But like I said, I already have a video out where I shared hit songs that I can't stand, so you guys can check that out on the channel as well. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Do you agree with my picks? Do you disagree with me? What are some hit songs that you still love no matter how many times that you hear them? And let's continue that conversation.